Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It's Wednesday, May 3rd. Done a couple of readings, and another story that I've not read on because I didn't want to be biased on was that Mike Pence ended up testifying to the January 6th grand jury involving the insurrection and what he knew about the insurrection. And I'm curious, how did the grand jury react? So and apparently Jack Smith sat in on this one. So this is going to be a big one. Now, if you listen to pundits, they will say that, you work your way from the bottom and you work your way up. And in this case, you're talking the VP. This is Trump's inner circle. The only other person that's even closer to Trump is Trump. And we know Trump won't testify, much less tell the truth if he did. So this has got to be the culmination of the January 6th investigation when you're talking to Mr. Pence there. So what I want to know is, what did the grand jury come away from it? What can Spirit tell us about the grand jury? This card wants to stay on top. And look what we have on the bottom. the secrets. Okay, so what did Pence talk about? Oh, okay. Okay, we're still talking about agreements, deals that were made, relationships. And this is going to be not deals that he cut with Jack Smith. This is going to be, he gave the insight of what his relationship was like with Donald Trump. And, Donald Trump poisoned everything he touches. So picture those cups being poisoned. The poison that is having a shared drink with Donald Trump. And that's crossed by the betrayal. So he's going to talk about about the agreements that Donald Trump had in place with Pence and other people around him. And he's going to talk about the betrayal that happened to it. So I was asking what the grand jury was thinking. So they understand Pence's relationships, and they understand exactly what happened and who was responsible for what happened. This is going to be some really powerful testimony because, again, underneath the deck we have the moon. It's the secrets, and the secrets are now starting to be revealed because Mike Pence can reveal those secrets. He knows the secrets. He knows where the quote-unquote bodies are buried. In the past, there's the celebration. The first thought that came to mind was the insurrection. That would be a real low reading for the celebration. But I think it's also the celebration of the truth is finally coming out. You know what? Think of it this way. This is the people celebrate. Okay, think of this as the people that were celebrating Donald Trump and trying to stay in power. There you go. So raising their glasses to Donald Trump. And you got the betrayal, and all these people are betrayed. These are the ardent supporters that were helping try and get this thing through. Maybe this is three people that prevented it from getting through. The Mark Millies, the Mike Pences, and a third person who were trying to keep the government from going off the rails. But, there's a lot of betrayal and a lot of agreements that were going on in the background. I'm not going to be, that's already 2 3s in there. I'm not going to be surprised if I see the 3 of Pentacles pop up. Stop the steal, man. So the current situation is how Trump tried to steal the election. And the people who enabled him, how they went in there and did stuff to help steal the election. Boy, great cards. Overarching energy, the relationship of the lovers. It's the, the loyalty that Pence and others showed to Trump that Trump did not reciprocate. Pence probably tried to paint himself as somebody who loved his country, and he couldn't go along with the steal. He had to represent his faith in God and the country. But, I think it's also, again, you've got people that were supporting Donald Trump, and, they wanted to support him through and through, even if that meant stealing. But he couldn't pull the trigger on that. And the lesson to be learned is the 4 of Swords. Mike Pence did a lot of soul searching prior to the election. Oh yeah, this is Donald Trump just calling Mike Pence out every name of the book. Mike Pence called, was it Dan Quayle? He called the former vice president, I believe it was Dan Quayle, trying to find, is there any way that Trump's suggestion that the election could be kicked back to the states or kicked back to Congress was feasible. And he was told, no, absolutely not. And he tried to find legal ways to do this man's bidding. He did everything he could to support this man. And he looked for every legal avenue that he could. He couldn't do it. And so when it came time to basically try and commit a traitorous act, he couldn't do it. He retreated. It wasn't worth, in the end, it wasn't worth his soul to do that. He had already sold his soul for all sorts of other things, but apparently that was the bridge too far for him. The outcome? High Priestess. He spilled the secrets. There's the secrets underneath. This is, ask me what the secrets are and I will tell you. So he spilled the beans. Big time. Big time. I think, yeah, so the jury's looking at this thing saying, wow, holy smokes. That's going to be big. Okay, so now, let's, I kind of want to ask if Trump's going to flee the country. But that almost should be its own video, right? I want to ask more like, what's the future for Mike Pence? After he's done this, what's his future? How is this going to play out for Mike Pence? I don't think Mike Pence is going to be going to jail. It's unfortunate, because he could have really set himself up as a patriot, kind of, sort of, at the end. Had he just been consistent with his actions, he showed at least some courage and spine to not go on with the plot with the insurrection and stealing, basically stealing the government and stealing the election for Trump. But then he backed off because he wanted to be president so bad. Oh, God. What's the future for Mike Pence? What is history? Okay, you want to stay on top? Here we go. Happily ever after. This is the Republican Party and the wife and the kids and stuff like that. Is that in his own mind? See, the first thought that came to mind is, in his own mind, this is, he did the right thing and should be celebrated type of thing. But, that could be the GOP and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so in his mind, he did the right thing and it was a tough decision. I was asking what his future was what the future held for him. I think he's just going to be, he's going to retire from public life because the GOP is not going to want him. It's like, you betrayed us, you're done. You're dead. This is like the "you're dead to us" card. You're dead to the GOP. Go live in your home in Indiana or wherever it is that you live and never darken our doorway again. King of Wands, he made a big decision. His decision not to support it. And now the people are really upset that he didn't toe the party line. And he's probably upset that he was forced to testify. He had to be the adult in the room. And I just lost my card under my laptop. Pardon me for a second. And he's forced to testify. He didn't want to do it. He fought it. He tried to sell it like he was fighting it to the base. But they don't care. To them, it's a betrayal. You betrayed the greatest president ever. You're a spy. You're a no good, dirty spy. And, he's now toxic to the party. Now, from from Pence's point of view, he's gone. He's now the Page of Swords. He's a rookie. He's just not going to be valued. And the Temperance card, he'll have to do some soul searching and try and figure out how he's going to integrate into his next career or his next field. And basically, he has to detach himself from the Republican Party because he's going to be persona non grata with the Republican Party. If there were an offshoot to the Republican Party that was more conservative, maybe they'd take him in. But the problem is that they're going to look at him as MAGA, and the MAGA is going to look at him as a rhino. So there's where does he go? Where does he go? Then the outcome is the King of Cups. Emotional maturity. I think the look on this guy's face is kind of stoic. Yeah. I think he maintains kind of a stoic, a maturity type thing, keeping his emotions in check. But he's going to be the statesman that nobody consults. That's kind of it. It's a very lonely looking king here, even though that's the King of Cups. And underneath it is the Emperor. He made his call. He made his call. It was a tough choice, and he sacrificed a political career to do that. But he didn't go all in on being the adult in the room. 3 kings in there. He didn't go all in. And so now he's not a MAGA person and he's not a rhino. He's somewhere in between where no group wants him. So he will fade to obscurity. Maybe some evangelical group will take him in and he can be kind of like a spokesman for some evangelical pack. That's probably the most likely thing that'll happen with him, is that he'll still be in politics, but he'll be on the fringe. He's not going to really make much of an impact one way or another. Dude, that fly landed on your head for a reason. You were rotting, and you got the sign was there, and you didn't take it. You weren't as bad as you could be, and you sure as hell weren't as good as you could be. So you get what you're going to get for that one. Okay, entertainment purposes only. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and do the YouTubey things, the like, subscribe, leave comments, the whole 9 yards, and I'll catch you on the next video. Have a great night. Bye bye.